Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another Track Titan community race stream. We're here at Brands Hatch GP in the Dallara F317, a beautiful modded car here in Assetto Corsa. At Brands Hatch GP, as I said, in Kent, down in the far south reaches of the UK, 3.9 kilometres, 9 corners at this historic circuit over the undulating hills in the Garden of England. Joining me as ever, it's Spitslam. How are you doing, mate?
I'm doing fine. Hello, guys.
We didn't have a stream last week, but you did race, and I did catch up with the highlights, Spitslam, and you were causing some chaos, as ever.
A little bit. A little bit.
Hey, but it's all part of the Track Titan community race. It really is. It really is. These community races are as much of an exercise in driving mastery as it is in avoiding chaos. And quite frankly, that's the best exercise you can have for online sim racing, because we all know what open lobbies are like. I'm going to quickly run through a quick lap with F317 on board here. So here we are going down the historic Paddock Hill. 3 wide down Paddock Hill, said Murray Walker. Maybe we'll be saying that today, we'll see. Up towards the Druid's hairpin and round the hairpin. Now Max with a bit of lag here, it's very difficult to follow, but we still go with it back down the hill, in towards the Graham Hill bend and onto the short Cooper Straight. A little blast, jumping up the gears, right through towards Surtees. It's a difficult corner, this one, because it goes uphill as you go around the corner, so breaking into it and steering around it without understeering or oversteering as you go over the crest here especially is very difficult. Here we go now, down the Pilgrim's Drop underneath the bridge there and into Hawthorne's Bend. Very fast right-hander here, keeping the foot in. A little bit of a lift there from F317 and then planting the car as he comes through towards Westfield. It's a kind of a double apex looking corner, but you miss both of them, so it's not really double apex corner. Through Dingle Dingle Dell and then into the Sheen curve around the right-hander and then straight into this left-hander, breaking deep into Sterling's Bend. We've got a short straight here for clearways. There's a driver spinning around in front of F317, but he avoids him without a problem as we head into the final corner of the track. That's Clark Curve. It's this long right-hander down the bend, up the hill, over the hill, onto the start-finish straight, and that's a lap time for F317. That puts him in... Where did it put him? First?
First.
Of course it did. F317 setting the lap times on fire as per usual. But it's not going to be easy for him, is it? Because, as we saw this week in the Hot Lap Challenges, the top 3 drivers, Henry Cumsey, F317 and Ryan Skywalker, as F317 goes for a spin, they put in collectively over 1,000 laps, which is just crazy. These drivers are so dedicated to winning these races, aren't they?
Very much now with the final 6 races coming.
Exactly that. We've got 6 races to go, and F317 is at the head of the championship as we stand right now, and he's got a solid hold on the championship. He's got one hand on the trophy. All he needs to do is keep securing it. 377 points for F317, 299 for Ryan Skywalker right now. Ryan has used up all of his dropped rounds. He missed 4 races. Oh, he got no points in 4 races this season. So he has got no drop rounds left. So F317 has the luxury. He could just skip the last 2 races. I think he might still win, but I'm sure he wouldn't want to risk that. He wouldn't want to risk leaving all the wins to Ryan and allowing him to snatch it from him. I'm not 100% on what the maths are like, to be honest with you. But close behind Ryan Skywalker is Henry Cumsey on 272 points. There's only 27 points, quick maths, 27 points between the 2 drivers in second and third, and Michelle Rodriguez last week took 4th place back from Eric Schmendera, putting himself into 184 points with Eric on 177. Eric is going to want to get that 4th place back and claim that from Michelle Rodriguez, because his defensive second place this season has not gone according to plan, has it? Well,
oh, it's not.
It's definitely not. That's generally the track, that's the championship, kind of all that chat out of the way. We've got 5 minutes of quali left. Let's focus on what's on the track and let's talk some more rubbish, some more general rubbish, because that's what we love to do, isn't it?
Max Newton in flying lap times.
He really is.
Fastest first sector, fastest second sector. Right now in the first second. And it's crashed!
Oh, that was a horrible crash on screen there for F317 colliding with a spun driver. Oh dear me, that was rough. That was rough. I'm sure the force feedback on his wheel.
Using this. Ryan is fastest first sector, fastest second sector as well. A little bit drift into the last corner. This might have ruined his chance.
Potentially we'll see as he comes across the line to put in lap time of 1:16.4. Wow, that drift really did lower his lap time down, didn't it?
Yeah, it definitely did.
So he's sat in 5th right now, 2nd, and how much is he off? Sorry, just over a second and a bit off Max 7. But at the top of the field, it's quite tight. Max with a 1:15.1, and then everyone below him down to 5th within 1.2 seconds. So quite tight. And from what Michelle Rodriguez, as we've got a new entry in at number 4, Krzysztof
Chizelski. I know this guy raced the 6 hours of Le Mans with me. Then they raced into the 24-hour Le Mans, which they didn't end, but we did because we are better.
Of course.
And now he will compete in the 6-hour of Daytona charity event.
Amazing. So we've got a nice new experienced driver. I've not seen this name before. Was he here last week that I missed?
I don't think so.
So a nice new experienced driver to, well, throw some chaos into the Track Titan Community Race Series.
While we are talking about our new entry, Ryan again set the fastest sectors, and now putting it on pole position.
There we go, 1:15.051. Ryan Skywalker setting the benchmark and taking the fight to Max 7. He's not letting this championship run away from him. He needs to defend it with all of his might if he wants to hold on to the crown for the 2nd season. If he can ever pull off this comeback against Max 7, the imperious flying Finn up at the top of the championship right now. So, as I said, very tight, and some new names and some old names. Eric Schmidera sat in 3rd position, doing very well there, considering his recent kind of form. He's been out of the top flight for a few of the recent races, so it's good to see him fighting back up at the top, isn't it?
It's very good. What should I mention as well? The guy in 6th. With his team, there are 3 drivers for 6 hours of Le Mans. They managed to go from last to 1st.
Wow, bloody hell.
Dead last.
They are, well, there we go. We've potentially got a bit of an impressive driver on our hands. We'll see whether that was him or just his teammates, or how much we can roast him throughout the day, as Max 7 gets into the 1:14s with a flying lap there to put himself back onto pole position and snatch that away from Ryan Skywalker with just under 2 minutes remaining of qualifying. So it's getting really tight at the top, down to Jazelski in 7th, still within 1.5 seconds, and then there's a bit of a gap back to Keith Holt, and that's where the rest of the drivers seem to slot in. I think it was, who was it in the channel, was El Ripo, I think, was struggling with this car, really not getting down with it. So
Max again, fastest first sector.
On a scorcher is Max 7 in the scorching heat.
Ryan, fastest first sector. They are not letting this fast. Second sector fastest by Max. Can Ryan beat that? Do you think?
Potentially, we'll see as they come round. Here is Max 7 coming around in towards Sheen's corner onto clearways. This is the last sector of the circuit. We'll see what kind of lap he can string together. There's just under a minute left, so he's got this lap and another lap to secure this pole position in, or will Ryan Skywalker snatch it away from him? Round the final corner here at Brands Hatch and powering onto the start-finish straight. Max 7 is going to put in a blistering lap time at 1:14.441. What a lap from Max 7. Surely that can't be beat by Ryan Skywalker. Here he is, coming around the final corner. He's had a decent first sector. He's had a decent second sector, but it might not be fast enough. Max 7 looks to be faster, and he still is just faster. Ryan Skywalker into the 1:14s, but not fast enough, and that's a slide into paddock bend. This will not be an improving lap by Ryan Skywalker, I'm sure of it. Max 7 with one hand on pole position. Can he even improve on this lap time this time round?
No, he will not.
Potentially not. I mean, that's a crazy lap time. That's a super crazy lap time.
That's 1/10. Just first sector.
Down a 10th in the first sector. Ryan Skywalker down 8 tenths in the first sector. Crazy. So these two looking like they're going to improve in it. So is anyone else up to take the fight to them? Who can do it? Henry Comsey, Michelle Rodriguez, Eric Schmidera, all out on their flying laps right now. Eric Schmidera currently in a bit of traffic, and he is not on a blistering lap at the minute. Not putting in the fastest first sector. He is putting a decent first sector with 23.076, but he is coming up behind a slightly slower driver here in, who is that ahead of him? That is Benji Babushi. almost holding up a little bit down the Pilgrim's Drop, but he might be trying to use that slipstream to his advantage and gain as much time as possible. Michel Rodriguez pumps in a 1:15.534. He's not able to improve on his 4th place position. Ryan Skywalker coming around to complete his final lap of the day. Max doesn't improve in his time. What's happened there to Eric? Oh, Eric Zamandera with a crash. He was on a blistering lap there with Eric Zamandera. He was improving on both of his times. 2 green sectors. He was on for a flyer. And then he crashes out. Did he collide with Bibushi?
Yes.
Unfortunate.
Little left up.
Unfortunate for Eric Bandera there. Henry Comsey crosses the line with a 1:15.303. That puts him up above Michel Rodriguez into 4th position, starting on the 2nd row of the race. And then the last driver on the track, Little Skittle Cross, is the line in 9th. So there we go. Max Newt 7 takes pole in qualifying. Ryan Skywalker in 2nd. Eric Bandera in 3rd. And Henry Comsey alongside him in 2nd position. Michel Rodriguez and Dennis Bosman in the top 6, and we are going to go on to the race. The first race of the day. It's decided by qualifying. We've got one more race after this, of course. I'm sure you all know. Everyone knows because this is a top racing series, isn't it?
Definitely.
It certainly is. So, we've got a decent-sized grid today as well. 18 drivers here at Brands Hatch. I tell you what, if the game is replicating the real-life heat, them drivers are going to be sweating, because let me tell you right now, it's very warm in England at the minute. Absolutely sweltering. So hopefully the drivers have got some water. I've got some juice. I'm going to need it throughout this race. I'm going to be dying. We'll see. Not long until the red lights go out. Anyway, 20 seconds. The drivers watching the red lights, waiting for their time to go. Who's going to be in first by the first corner, Spitzlam?
It's anyone's game. It's anyone's game. That's what I'm going to say.
You're playing it safe this time.
Yes.
We'll see. Max Newt 7 on the left side of your screen, Ryan Skywalker on the right as 6 red lights go out and the drivers are away. And Max Newt 7 has had a decent lap there, a bit of wheel spin, and that's going to allow Ryan Skywalker to get well alongside him and ahead of him before the first corner. He swoops around the outside of Max Newt 7 into first position before the end of the first corner. There's a driver off in the background, not sure who that is, but into Drew's Bend they go. Ryan Skywalker from Max 7 from Eric Schmendera. Henry Comsey holds on to 4th position, and Chzelski makes up positions up into 5th position. I think it might be Michel Rodriguez that went off, wasn't it?
No, it's Keith, and now it's Michel.
Keith and Michel getting caught up in incidents on the first corner, I think. So Ryan Skywalker with the best start of anyone flies around the outside of Max 7 and takes first position away, and then the rest of the drivers seem to just fall through. Dennis Bosman lost, I think, a position there to Chzelski through into the first corner. And who's that up at the front? Max 7 fighting with Ryan Skywalker. He's trying to get that first position back and defend all the way to the checkered flag, but Ryan's not going to make it easy for him. And so is Eric Schmendera, who's also sniffing at the heels and smelling the exhaust fumes of Max 7 in that beautiful Gulf livery. Round in towards Sheens now, on towards Clearways. Ryan Skywalker keeping the momentum up. Michel Rodriguez said this F3 car is all about momentum. You keep the momentum up, you keep the speed up, and that's how you win. So they go line astern round the final corner now onto the start-finish straight, and at the end of the first lap, Ryan Skywalker leads from Max 7. Eric Schmendera, Henry Comsey, Christoph Chzelski, Dennis Bosman, and Little Skittle, your top 7, and then the rest of the drivers seem to just fall through, and there's very, very close gaps towards the 10th position there. Babush making a move for 9th position on Smells Like We, and that's also McVetti making a move on Smells Like We for 10th. Smells Like We losing 2 positions in one corner. That doesn't just smell like weed, that smells like poo. Eric Schmendera still keeping Max 7 honest with their position. Henry comes to close behind him, and then there's battles up and down the grid. That's me. Ran out of things to say. Have you seen anything else that I haven't spotted there, Spitzlam?
Not much. I saw El Ripo having a crash, and that's how Michel gained those 3 places.
Yes, Michel Rodriguez on a recovery drive. He must have been the one that was off in the gravel on the first corner, mustn't he?
Well, Massa, Ben, and Keith also spun at the first corner, so...
Devastation for the 2 drivers there. The Swedish meatball himself is going to have to fight through and try and hunt down points if he's ever going to defend this 4th position from Eric Schmendera, currently flying in 3rd position. Oh, Benji Bibushi in the wall, dropping down the order. Oh, very Lando-like. It's broken. It's broken.
It's broken.
Bibushi doesn't look like he's going to restart here. I wish we had safety car, and Bibushi does disconnect. So no safety car because the marshals have recovered it virtually. At the front, Ryan Skywalker still holding on to the lead, but Max 7 not letting him get away with it, and that's not going to help you out there, Ryan, getting 2 wheels on the grass, slowing him down a little bit as they head up towards Pilgrim's Drop. And Max 7 keeping him honest, Eric Mandera being kept honest by Henry Comsey. He would like to fight for Max 7, fight for that win, but not with Henry behind him. Chzelski, Dennis Bosman and Little Skittle all going at it. They're too wide going down Pilgrim's Drop, and Chzelski has dropped a position towards Dennis Bosman. Dennis Bosman on the right side of your screen in the purple livery sweeps around and takes 5th position from Chzelski on the on the entry to Pilgrim's Drop, and holds on to the position for a couple more corners. What else is going on track? Le Bandit, Alex Heller dropping down a couple positions. I think that was genuine though, was it? Was that just good racing from Keith and...
Yeah,
Little
like
Skittles off. Little Skittles off, and there's another driver off in the background as well. Who was that? Alex Heller going off once again at Sheen's Curve. Terrible. Le Bandit making his return and returning to the track in a very safe way, giving us a little bit of a half step. McVetti, I think, dropped position to Smells Like We out of the final few corners. Not sure quite what happened there, but he is now into 7th position, Smells Like We, and that smells better than before. Up at the front, what's this?
Nothing, just my leaderboard showing itself. It says
always...
Max was first, but so I was confused.
We were worried for a minute. No leader change yet. There is a change though for 11th position as Michel Rodriguez continues his recovery drive, passing Keith Holt, the other driver who span out on the first corner alongside him. He's now going to be hunting down Diogo Texeira and Little Skittle for 9th position overall, and 2 very valuable points in the championship. They could be the 2 points that make the difference between 4th and 5th. We'll see. 3 races left, it's all to play for, so any points count. Any points always count. Oh, Eric Mandera off the track. You can just hear it, you just saw it off screen there. He rejoins now behind Henry Comsey. Not sure what happened to him there. It must have been a bit of oversteer out of Sterling's, and Henry Comsey breezed past him there, and Eric Mandera was off the track on the left side of the track, and it was out of my camera as well. More annoyingly than anything, completely off camera. There was like a nice static, beautiful static, and Eric was... Can you spin it on camera please, Eric?
Wait, was that in chat or...?
No, this is just me complaining. Don't worry, I'll have a moan. Michel Rodriguez is back into 9th position. He's past Little Skittle, and he's now going to be hunting down McVetti, but I'm not sure whether that's on the cards because McVetti is very far up the road, and now Smells Like We is very far up the road. So it smells like we have an issue there. Not sure. They seemed to be close before, but well, not so close now. A second between them, and that does leave one battle on track that we keep coming back to.
Right,
and that's the battle for the lead. It's the battle that rages all year, rages all race. It never bloody stops, these two.
Michelle just got through... Wait, is my leaderboard freaking up again?
I think it is, yeah.
I just saw Michelle going from 9 to 6, and I was like... What happened?
We had the same problem there, and Michelle Rodriguez, I'll tell you what isn't a leaderboard glitch, that's Henry Comsey. Henry Comsey making the same mistake that Eric Mandera did just a lap ago, having a spin out of Sterling's, and he is down into 5th position behind Dennis Bosman now. That's not going to help him as he tries to hunt down Ryan Skywalker for 2nd position. This is really going to harm his 2nd position aims, or at least his championship aims, because Henry Comsey is ever the optimist, still thinks it's in the balance. It sounds like the driver's going slowly. It is a driver going slowly. It's Eric Mandera. Sorry, carry on.
Henry and Max have the same livery. Just perfections from the server. The 2 fins. As we said, Max is really close to Ryan. Almost side by side. And Max is running on the outside on Hawthorne's bend. What do you think of it?
Well, yes, the 2 are fighting. You were smashing it. I was leaving you to it, Switzerland. I was enjoying the commentary. Hey, but here we go though. Round Sheen's bend in towards Sterling's. The 2 are line astern, still fighting away, still in that Gulf livery and that Monster livery. It's like McLaren versus Mercedes, isn't it? But here we are. Yes, Max 7 still keeping Ryan honest. He launched a bit of an attack there, particularly with that Derek Minter straight, but it seems to have faded a little bit now. And I think maybe this is just mind games. This could be just mind games from Max 7 because the smart driver doesn't make the move early on. The smart driver waits until the last lap and makes the move because you know that you can't have... It's very difficult to make... the move back on the same lap. You know what I mean? You need to line up over the rock. So if Max 67 has some smarts.
Eric out, turn 1.
Oh, Eric Schmidera spinning out on the first corner, drops down 2 positions now behind Henry Comsey and Dennis Bosman. Did you see what happened to him?
I don't know, maybe snap oversteer might be a thing.
Shame,
not sure.
Not suffering any damage now.
Doesn't seem Michelle overtaking spots like we trying by the outside. A clean move by Michelle Rodriguez.
Beautiful,
that's how
beautiful from Michelle Rodriguez. That is exactly how you do it. And making the move count on Smells Like We over the hill and over the crest down towards Pilgrim's Drop. He is now up into 8th position, and this is a recovery drive of a lifetime from Michelle Rodriguez. If he can keep this up, and if he can get even more points from this, I'll be very impressed, especially considering how far back he was at the end of the first lap. As I was saying, Henry Comsey close to Dennis Bosman will watch these, as I was saying just about Max 67. If he's got any smarts about him, he'll wait till the last lap. He'll keep Ryan honest and keep Ryan nervous, and then he'll wait till the last lap to make the move. And that's how you get the wins. That's where the real the cream is separated from the crop. Is that how it is? No. The men separate from the boys. I don't know. You know, I'll say it. What's going on here for Krzelski? Oh, Krzelski dropping down the order. He's down in 10th position now, rejoining slowly. He's going to be rejoining out of the points. Rejoining very safely, though. Credit to Krzelski there for waiting for a safe spot to rejoin. Off at the final corner. And Michelle Rodriguez must have been involved in that because he dropped behind Smells Like We and Little Skittles, so I'm not sure if they came together. They did seem to be close on track. Who's that?
Smells Like We spins.
It Smells Like We.
Little Skittles as well.
They've both come together.
Might happen a crash.
And now Michelle Rodriguez moves back up into 8th position. Happy boy there. The happy Swedish meatball. Henry Comsey up into 3rd position. It's all changed. Michelle Rodriguez dropping down again. He's had a spin. He's had an incident again. Michelle Rodriguez, the unluckiest driver on the grid, drops back out of the points just as I was praising him for making a comeback. Michelle. It really was there. One man not suffering from the commentator's curse, that's Henry Comsey. Through on Dennis Bosman, making light work of Dennis there. And, well, doesn't look like Dennis has got the answers to say anything back, but he's 14 seconds back from Max 7, so it looks like top 2 finish might be out of the reach of Henry Comsey, barring any crazy incidents up at the lead of the pack. But 3rd place potentially licked the stamp and sent it on Dennis Bosman. Dennis is going to fight back though, keeping him honest into the Druid's hairpin there, the Dutchman. Trying to take the position back off him, but not happening this time round. Getting the nose almost up the inside and then dropping back a little bit, losing a bit of time out the corner. Krzelski moving up. Diogo Teixeira moving up, that's because Smells Like We's gone off. And is there a change at the front? It's not, but it's very, very close. Max 7 now launching an attack on Ryan Skywalker. He's not waiting until the last lap. He's had enough of waiting around, and he's decided now's the time to pull the trigger. 0.3 seconds between the pair of them as they go round Sheen Bend in towards Sterling's onto clearways. Can Max 7 get a decent exit out of this corner and make the move into the final corner? It's a good place to make a move the final corner. If you can get a nose up the inside, you can really push the other driver wide. But Max 7 looks to the outside, tries to get the switch back on Ryan Skywalker, tries to get a bit of traction out the final corner onto the start-finish straight. He's going to slipstream all the way down the start-finish straight in towards the first bend, and it's not happening this time round. Max 7 still a little bit behind. Can he get him under braking in towards the Druid's hairpin? It's a very heavy braking zone. Up the hill, Max 7 with 2 wheels on the gravel, and he loses time. That's the slim margins that we're working with here. 2 millimeters to the left there. Max 7 lost 7/10 of a second to Ryan Skywalker, and that's how quickly it can unravel. And well, there you go. Nothing happening now. Let's wait another lap.
The end of the battle.
That's the end of the battle for now. 3 minutes left. We'll see if that battle reignites itself in this
Alex,
race.
spinning out.
Oh, Alex Heller, unfortunately, spinning out. And spinning out just in front of the leaders there. Fortunately, he didn't collect either of them.
Well, I don't think Ryan will be happy to see Michelle in front of him or in his rearview mirrors right now.
Well, actually, Michelle's been very nice to him there, because he's completely got out of the way and allowed him through. So very well done to Michelle there for acknowledging the blue flags, but he always promises that he's going to cause some chaos and never does. He's too nice. He's too nice.
He is Swedish, of course.
Of course he's nice, exactly. They are nice people. Krzelski drops down behind Diogo Teixeira there. I'm not sure if he had an issue, but he did drop down into 10th position just a minute ago. Still within the points, so still scoring points. I think the first points on the board for the driver if he can stay in this position right until the end of the race. So still a good position to be in. He could potentially pass Diogo Teixeira towards the end of this race. With 2 minutes to go, that's probably going to be about 3 more laps for the drivers here in Kent, in the Great Britain. You can tell it's getting a long race, isn't it? It's not even a long race. It's only 15 minutes. I just don't know how to talk rubbish.
It feels like eternity right now. Nothing is happening.
When nothing's happening, exactly. But something might happen, because who's this in front of Ryan Skywalker holding him up? This is Jandrix 05 in front of the leaders now, staying ahead of Ryan Skywalker, and this is backing Ryan Skywalker into Max 67. Ryan needs to find a way past. There's a driver off in front of them. Oh, he's doing very well to get out of the way. Ryan Skywalker there with the elbows out, gets himself past Jandrix. Oh, but that slowed him down, and Max 67 is through, and he's into the lead ahead of Ryan Skywalker, and the backmarkers are getting involved in the championship once again. Max 67 into the lead, and happy to see Jandrix pushing Ryan Skywalker off his racing line, losing time, and well, Max didn't wait a minute, did he? What's this? Dennis Bosman disconnecting. Not sure what's happened to him there. He was running very, very well in the top 5.
Seems like an internet issue. Well, let's focus on the more important thing. Ryan, it's his championship at the line right now. If he doesn't overtake Max News in the minute and the lap, he loses all. He loses the championship. There is no way back.
This is all or nothing for Ryan Skywalker now. Are we going to see a repeat of Ayrton Senna on Alan Prost? Is he going to take the pair of them out on the final? Well, that was the first lap. We'll see if it happens on the final lap here. Half a minute and another lap. So Ryan has got this lap and one more to make it all count. He's right on Max 67's bumper right now. The slipstream is in force. He's alongside. He's through, he's up the inside, and he's ahead of Max 7 before the corner's even finished. But Max 7 is going to come back on him. He's going to try and switch back on the exit of Hawthorne's Bend, down the Derek Minter Straight, round Westfield and through Dingle Dale. Ryan Skywalker back into first position. The clock just about ticks down to 0, so they've got this and one more lap for Ryan Skywalker to defend his championship hopes, to defend first position. Is Max 7 going to lick the stamp and send it?
Max,
we know he's got.
Max, this is the time.
He's lost a lot of time there on the exit of Stirling's Bend, and Stirling's Bend seems to be the claimer of careers here at Brands Hatch, because all the drivers are struggling with it. So round the first corner, Ryan Skywalker with a comfortable lead in first position ahead of Max 7, but it can all come apart oh so quickly, as we've seen round the Druids Bend here. Ryan Skywalker over the hill, down the hill, trying to keep his line straight, trying to keep 4 wheels on the black stuff round the Graham Hill Bend onto the Cooper Straight. And Ryan Skywalker still in the lead of Max 7 is fighting back, and he's gaining a bit of time, he's losing a bit of time. It all depends on the corner round Surtees now, up the hill towards the Pilgrims Drop. Ryan Skywalker is, well, praying. He's praying, he's looking in his mirrors, and he's praying that Max 7 just does something wrong. He really is. Quickly jumping back, Eric Mandera is very close behind Henry Comsey. Can he make the move on the final lap, or won't stick with him for too long, because we need to stay focused on the battle at the front. This is the battle for the championship. This is the battle for, well, Ryan's championship hopes at the very least. He needs to win every race, and Max needs to finish second or below if Ryan's ever going to keep this championship hope alive. Out of Stirling's Bend, down Clearways, Ryan Skywalker surely can't throw it away now. Through the Clark Curve, the final corner, the right-hander trying to carry all the speed he possibly can. Oh, Max 7 on the snap, and he's crashed into the wall. He's into the wall on the first start-finish straight, and Max 7 recovers just about with a battered and bruised car to second position, and Ryan Skywalker comfortably finishing in first at the end.
It's
there.
Eric and Henry.
Max just holding on to second position. Fortunately, these two were very close behind, and it's a dead heat on the line. Is Eric going to pass him?
Oh, who won?
I honestly,
who is it? It says Henry, but who is it?
The leaderboard says Henry Comsey. I think he got that by a hair. That was so tight to the line there. The two drivers battling all the last lap by the tightest of margins. Henry Comsey claims third position from Eric Schmidera in fourth. Zigzag McVetti, here he is in fifth with a comfortable fifth position, and Keith Holt with a great finish of sixth position. Little Skill rounds out the top 7 with Chzelski in 8th, and Smells Like We in 9th. Then Diogo Teixeira, the last driver, still out on track, still circulating in 10th position for the final point of the race, and Michelle Rodriguez, unfortunately, not able to get back into the points after that disastrous first corner. What a finish to a race that was.
Never had this finish ever in track night. We didn't.
It was a super tight finish. It really was. That was yeah, very impressive from all the drivers involved there. So here we go on the grid, and who is lining up on first row? I think it is going to be El Rippo starting in first. We can try and find him on the track. Oh, we're stuck. Well, my cameras do not want to move off Jandrix or Dennis Bosman, so that's who we're following. Jandrix is in second position on the right side of your screen. Alex Heller in third, Dennis Bosman in fourth. Michelle Rodriguez is going to start in fifth position after that disastrous last race, and then Diogo Teixeira alongside him in sixth. The rest of the drivers filter through the grid as they get ready to start this second race, this reverse grid. What chaos is this going to cause? Can Ryan Skywalker take the win this time, or is Max 67 going to push him off? We'll see. 6 red lights go on for the drivers, and the red lights go out, and away we go. El Rippo gets a decent start, but Alex Heller gets the best start of anyone. Oh no, he doesn't. Dennis Bosman gets a flyer off into the first corner. Dennis Bosman from about 5th position back up into 3rd. He's going to try and fight his way all the way through. Who was that up at the front, flying away? That is Alex Heller, who got a blistering start, and there's a rider off at the back. Who's that? Eric's with it. It's Max 07. Max 07's off from the exit of the first corner with Dallara. Michelle Rodriguez as well. Smells like wheels off. There's drivers littering the track towards Druids, but most importantly, that's Max 07 down in 15th position and well away from the order. Ryan Skywalker battling away for an 8th position right now, coming round Sterling's up the hill. Surtees, excuse me. Over the Pilgrims dropped. Alex Heller still out in front, just ahead of El Rippo. Cizelski, McVetti, Bosman, Little Skittle and Ryan Skywalker all filtering down the Pilgrims drop and round the Hawthorns Bend. Max 67 regaining positions on Jandrix, who seems to have an issue. He's going to try and get his way past Smells Like Wheels. He tries his championship defence. Diogo Teixeira there is off at Westfield Bend, I believe it is. Yes, coming through Dingledale now. He's rejoined the track just ahead of Eric Mandera, who was also off on the first corner. Cizelski fighting for second, and McVetti and Bosman fighting for fourth. What are you going to say, Switzerland?
Great fight, and Eric crashed. Max was crashed, which smells like we. There's carnage at the back.
There is carnage at the back, and that's definitely bad news for Max 7 as he tries to defend this championship lead from Ryan Skywalker. Ryan Skywalker, meanwhile, flying up in 5th position, hunting down drivers in packs, taking positions away from them like taking sweets from a child. El Rippo Cizelski. This is Ryan's race to lose. It's Ryan's race to lose right now. Max 7 down in 13th position and in the dumps. Alex Heller holding on to this lead from El Rippo and Cizelski. These drivers doing very well to just keep it safe and keep it on the track, but it seems like they're just waiting to get passed by Ryan Skywalker, the fast driver, approaching very quickly as they come up towards the Pilgrims drop. He's using all the striction he can to get past Dennis Bosman. Cizelski looks up the inside of El Rippo, thinks better of it, thinks it's not time to make a move yet, and as they go through Hawthorne's Bend, they're still, oh, but El Rippo goes off. El Rippo doing some grass cutting, and he's going to rejoin the track just alongside Ryan Skywalker, but he does not collect him, fortunately for Ryan, and Ryan moves into 4th position, the Bosman up into 3rd, Cizelski up into 2nd. So the battle continues all the way down from 1st to 7th. These drivers are lying astern, sniffing each other's exhaust fumes as Little Skittle has a bit of a moment there with McVetti moving past him very, very easily. And now Michelle Rodriguez coming onto the back of Little Skittle around the final corner, trying to get the switch back. He does it very, very well. And on the start-finish straight, Michelle Rodriguez is away and through on Little Skittle down the start-finish straight. But Little Skittle's got a bit of overspeed on him into the first corner, but he has also got the outside line. And look how much that inside line plays into Michelle Rodriguez's hands. Cizelski dropping down the order. He's down into 4th position. What happened to him there? Big lock up into the Druids hairpin. Not sure what happened to them drivers. Ryan Skywalker, excuse me, up into 3rd position as he hunts down 1st position, but he's all over the grass and he's going to lose some time to Cizelski now. Cizelski sniffing at his exhaust fumes, but thinking better than making a serious move on the man in 2nd place in the championship. His championship rival, Max 7 and Henry Comsey, both of the 2 flying Finns down and out of the points at the minute.
Eric out of the race.
Eric retiring.
Too much damage on the car.
Unfortunate for Eric Mandera there as he tries to...
That's kind of it right now.
It is at the minute.
Cizelski losing distance.
Cizelski's making up the order. It's McVetti losing positions. McVetti and Dennis Bosman's past Alex Heller. Alex Heller, oh, he's off the track. There's a crazy battle going on from 3rd all the way to back to 7th. Alex Heller's gone off the track. Dennis Bosman's now got to defend from Ryan Skywalker for the lead. Meanwhile, Chizelski leads the train of McVetti, Rodriguez, Little Skittle, and that's McVetti trying to make a move around the final corner. Michelle Rodriguez collects Little Skittle. Chizelski, and Chizelski crashes. Chizelski collides with Keith Holt. They go side by side onto the start-finish straight, and they crash into the pit wall, and the two drivers collide, rejoin the circuit, fortunately for them, safely, but I'm sure that car is going to have some serious damage now as Keith Holt tries to come back at Chizelski into the Druid's hairpin, and he does indeed. Excuse me, the other round, Chizelski on Keith. So damage for those drivers as they collide on the start-finish. I'm going to jump to the lead because it looks like this is imminent. This change for the lead is imminent. It's been coming for a few laps, and we know that Ryan Skywalker's got the bit between his teeth, and he's got the point to prove. He needs to defend his championship, and he needs to make the positions, but he's too far back from Dennis Bosman to make a serious move right now. Alex Heller passes Keith Holt. Keith Holt, yes, nursing damage. Really nursing damage. You can see how slow his car is on a straight line, and that's Max 7 behind him in the Gulf livery, trying to hunt down all the points he possibly can. I think Henry Comsey must have had an issue because Max Newt and Henry Comsey were battling side by side just a lap ago. Not sure what happened there.
Not sure. But Ryan is the hunter.
He really is.
For Dennis Bosman.
Up at the front, hunting down Dennis Bosman. He's sniffing that Stroop waffle. He's sniffing the Dutchman's Dutch side, and he's trying
sniffing the Amsterdam.
I don't want to know what you get up into Amsterdam splits like.
People who know laws of Amsterdam will get that joke.
Well, there we go. Around the Druid's hairpin, Ryan Skywalker still keeping Dennis. But we know Dennis is a fast driver, though, so this position isn't going to change right now. But Ryan Skywalker doesn't necessarily need to take the weight. He's going to want to, but he doesn't need to because, as it stands, Max Verstappen's going to score 1 point, a solitary point.
It will be
However,
better for him, though.
It would be better for him. It would be definitely better for him. Of course, he's going to take first position. And of course, we know that Ryan's a racer. He's going to do it. He's going to do it by all means necessary. And if he doesn't do it, well, do it. Max 7 though, his championship rival is Ryan's championship rival is in 10th position and trying to hunt down Keith Holt, Alex Heller, and Chizelski, the three-car train towards 7th, and trying to make something in this race with 8.5 minutes left though, and I'm sure a bit of damage from Max 7. Can you check that, Spitson? Has he got some damage?
Max.
Yes. El Ripo's dropping down the order. He's gone off the track, but he's rejoining in
his
6th.
steering wheel is right.
Okay.
So not sure if any aero damage. Well, that definitely doesn't do aero damage because there's overtaking Keith Holt. Like, no problem at all. Just flying past.
Absolutely breezing past Keith there. Breezing past him out of Sterling's Bend. That was beautiful stuff from Max 7. Up into 9th position and hunting down all the points he possibly can. Trying to catch this man, Ryan Skywalker, coming around Sterling's Bend now, up the hill once again. We've seen it happen so many times before. Oh, excuse me, we're not at Sterling, we're at Surtees now. We're at Surtees now. It's very, very difficult, these drivers' names, honestly.
That is going slow through Surtees, and now Ryan having the slipstream from Horton's Bend. But Dennis, that's the widest car, the widest Dallara that I've seen. Ryan trying to go side by side, but it's still not working. Still the widest Dallara he's ever seen by Dennis. This is some great defending from the Dutchman. We never saw this.
Certainly is. Alonso-esque defending from Dennis Bosman here. Ryan Skywalker unable to find a way through as they head down clearways. Now Ryan Skywalker's going to try and lick the start, and he's going to send it up the inside, but it's not going to happen. Dennis Bosman with the overspeed around the outside holds on to that first position as Chizelski makes a move on Little Skittle for 5th position, and Little Skittle is the cork in the bottle because he's got El Ripo, Max 7, and Alex Heller all behind him, and Max 7 now up the inside of El Ripo. He's made 1 position. He's looking to make 2. Oh, and he's been put into a wall. And there's a 3-car collision on the start finish straight, and Max 7 is well and truly out of this race. He's been spun around and put into the wall multiple times there. Just a simple collision between himself and El Ripo there, and they rejoin the track. El Ripo off again with a bit of a love tap from Max 7, but that's so crucial in the championship. Max 7 down back into 10th position and well away from big point scoring positions. Drama on the start finish straight there.
That looked massive.
That was a big incident. Keith Holt with a medium incident there, as the unforced error causes him to go into a wall, and Smells Like Weed does pass him for 7th position. Keith, that was on camera, mate.
Medium into that. Because we're on the mediums.
Whee!
I'm so sorry, that's such a lame joke.
Terrible.
That's so awkward.
Terrible. Well, that is crazy. That's crazy in terms of the championship for Max Nuke 7 there. Getting put into a wall, just trying to make a simple overtake on the start-finish straight, getting squeezed a little bit too much. And, well, there was 3 drivers involved in that, almost 4, but I think some of the drivers behind managed to dodge them masterfully. If Ryan Scalco knows what's going on, he's going to be very happy because there it is.
Very overtake by Dennis Bosman.
That was a lovely move from Ryan Scalco there. Absolutely picture perfect. Getting himself past Dennis Bosman into the Druids hairpin, and he's through into first position, and that's all he needs to do this race. As long as he can hold this position, this is all he can do to defend his championship from Max Nuke 7.
Let's go. That's not a good word for the community race channel. That's not a good word.
Well, we can't see it on the stream, so we're all good.
Yeah. Mate, don't say it. We don't.
Little Skittles out of the race by the looks of it. Got disqualified for a penalty. Unfortunate for him there. Alex Heller and Keith Holt. Whoa, nearly both of them go off there, but Keith Holt with a nice move up the inside. But Alex Heller sweeps around the outside, says not today, and back up into 7th position for Alex Heller, even though Keith Holt was ahead of at the first corner. That was at the head of the edge of the corner, sorry. That was really good stuff from Alex Heller. To be fair, I would call him Le Bandit like I normally do, but that was a beautiful, clean move from Alex Heller.
He will always be our bandit. That's the point.
Of course. Naturally, he is always Le Bandit. Michel Rodriguez in 3rd position, just pumped in a very fast lap of 1:15.506, and he's trying to hunt down Dennis Bosman for 2nd position and potentially Ryan Scalco for 1st. Michelle would love nothing more than to take that 1st position away from Ryan Scalco, I'm sure.
Right off the track.
Ryan Scalco, as we talk about the battle for 3rd, goes off the track at Surtees. What on earth happened to Ryan Scalco there? He must have simply outbroke himself and understeered right off the track, and now he's down into 3rd position. And this is exactly what he didn't want to happen as he tries to defend this championship from Max Nuke 7. All he had to do was keep it on the track, and all he had to do was take 1st position. Fortunately for him, Max Nuke 7 is in the pits repairing damage and disconnecting. So Max Nuke 7 will score no points in this race, which is very, very fortunate for Ryan Scalco, considering he's willing to just throw this championship away by the looks of it. Meanwhile, Michel Rodriguez is not willing to throw 4th place in the championship away because he's hunting down Dennis Bosman and he's trying to take this win away from him. Round the final corner he comes, trying to get as much slipstream as he possibly can on the start finish straight. He's sniffing the exhaust streams of Dennis Bosman. It's the meatball on the stroopwafel, and it's all coming to blows as Michel Rodriguez outbreaks himself down the down Paddock Bend, and he's in the gravel on the exit of Paddock Bend, and Ryan Scalco moves through into 2nd position. Michel Rodriguez bottling it once again. Michel, absolute bottle job.
Just started to focus 200%, just flying every then. How he commentated on Michel and Dennis, he gains almost a second alone through 2 to 3 turns.
I think it's clear that Ryan has the pace to pass Dennis Bosman, but Dennis is an imperious defender. Dennis is only lapping at 1:17.4. Ryan Scalco was lapping at 1:15.5 before, so Ryan potentially can gain 2 seconds a lap on Dennis Bosman, which is more than he needs. But the difficulty is not the lap times, the difficulty is actually passing the driver, and Dennis is a fantastic defender, as we've seen this race and this season.
Clear track in front of them. There's definitely nothing that's going to go wrong.
Certainly, they do. The next driver in the line is Henry Comsey, who's only now coming around Surtees. So these drivers have got all the playground to play in, and they're going to play as they come onto the start-finish straight. Under half a second between the 2 drivers at the head of the field right now. Dennis Bosman still leading this race ahead of Ryan Scalco. Down Paddock Bend they go. Using all the exit curb there, Ryan Scalco, but not touching the gravel, of course, because that's not going to help you, as he looks to stick to his racing line, and Dennis Bosman takes the defensive line on the inside. There's a lock up there for Michel Rodriguez in the background of your shot. He's not going to be catching up to these 2 anytime soon, as they use all of the exit curb and then some of the blocking on the exit of the corner there. As they head through towards Surtees. Now up the hill once again towards Pilgrim's Drop, and Ryan Scalco potentially looking to launch an attack sometime soon. elsewhere on track, not many drivers left. A lot of drivers disconnecting. There were some big incidents in this race, and I think a lot of drivers decided that they're better than that, and they don't want to partake anymore. Little Skittle officially apologising to Max for the crash that happened between the pair of them there.
So you know whose fault is it?
Well, that's if an insurance company was to come and look at that, they would certainly blame Little Skittle. I'll leave it up for discussion.
Fortunately, no marshals were killed, so...
Yeah, fortunately. Let's not go dark again. Let's look at the light side. Let's look at the overtakes. Ryan Skywalker there nearly having the same incident that Max New 7 had on the start-finish straight. Round the first corner, he was looked up the inside of Dennis Bosman, but Dennis left no space, well and firmly shut the door on him as they go around Druids Bend now. Ryan Skywalker is getting dropped back into the clutches of Michelle Rodriguez, and he looks up the inside now, and he doesn't manage to make it stick as they head down the Cooper Straight now towards Surtees. Ryan Skywalker is now in the clutches of Michelle Rodriguez, well and truly. He's going to launch a move up the inside of Surtees. He's going to try and get some overspeed on Dennis Bosman out of the corner, but it's not going to happen. They're still almost side by side. 3 in a line going down up towards the Pilgrim's Drop. Michelle Rodriguez is looking for any way past. He's trying to attack, and Michelle Rodriguez is trying to defend. Ryan Skywalker is trying to defend. Michelle Rodriguez is attacking. Michelle Rodriguez on the inside, but not able to take the position away from Ryan Skywalker this time around as they head through towards Westfield Bend. Ryan Skywalker still launching the attack, but consciously defending. He's up the inside of Dennis Bosman now. Surely the move can be made through Dingledell as they head towards Sheens. Ryan Skywalker through on Dennis Bosman there cleanly with a little bit of a touch, but they both managed to get through safely. Now Dennis Bosman is in the eyes, in the visor of Michelle Rodriguez, and Dennis Bosman, if he looks in his mirror, he's going to have nothing but monster around him, in front of him and behind him. It's an energy drink sandwich here. Michelle Rodriguez tailing Dennis Bosman down the start-finish straight. He's using all the switching possible. He looks to the inside of the first corner. Michelle Rodriguez under braking, trying to make the move with Dennis Bosman. Dennis Bosman outbrakes himself, and he's almost onto the gravel. He manages to save it there, but he loses a lot of time, and now Michelle Rodriguez is up into second position. It's a monster 1-2 as we stand going on to the final lap. Can Ryan Skywalker hold on to it for one more lap and not bottle it like he tried to do before? We'll see.
Little skill of trying to kick Ryan is the funniest thing.
I don't have these messages on, but that is very funny.
Wait a minute, you should be a rapper. God. Yeah.
They just come off. They roll off the tongue when there's so much exciting racing going on, as there has been today. This has been a great set of races today, hasn't it?
Yeah, I know what it feels like, but like actually hearing it is a whole different level than just actually speaking it. You like speaking, you're like, that's normal. It's normal, you'll get used to it. But then you hear it from a different person, it's wild.
It smells like, wait, oh, into the wall. He was taking an attack on Chzelski there, and he got onto the gravel and went straight into the Armco. And fortunately, he's rejoining the track in 6th position, but there we go. Mr. Ryan Skywalker, though, with the double win. Ryan Skywalker, 2 wins in a row today here at Brands Hatch, and that's everything he needs to do if he's going to keep this championship hope alive. Michelle Rodriguez takes home 2nd position as a monster 1-2, and Dennis Bosman, devastation for the Dutch driver there, drops from 1st to 3rd on the first corner of the final lap. McVetti in 4th position with Chzelski taking home 5th. That's a great result for the driver here as he gets some points on the board to start his Track Titan Community Race Series career. Keith Holt, 2 6th places in a row for the driver there, and Alex Heller in 7th position with Smells Like We in 8th, and then Henry Comsey, a lonely driver he is, out at the back of the circuit, just weaving. Yeah. Poor Henry.
Let him finish the race.
You can finish the race.
Like drag Ryan. Let's drag Ryan in here.
Yeah, Henry Comsey can finish the race. He's going to get his parade lap. We'll talk to Ryan Skywalker. Ryan Skywalker, the man of the hour, the man of the day. How are you feeling? 2 wins in a row, that's everything you need to do.
Yeah, all I can do.
You had some fantastic defending from Max New 7. You had some fantastic attacking on Dennis Bosman. How hard was he to pass?
I don't know, he gained some weight, I think, because he was very, very hard to get past. I even said to Michelle when I got past, I said, yeah, good luck with that. And he struggled also.
Yeah,
Dennis, I give it to him. He did a very good job with defending.
Dennis, yeah, fantastic defending from the Dutch driver there. He made it easy for Michelle by outbraking himself into the first corner. But I have to ask you, Ryan, what happened when you were in first and then you came into Surtees and we were looking at a battle between Michelle and Dennis, and suddenly you just hear you off track? What on earth happened?
I wanted to scream at Michelle, twinsies, 1-2, and then I went off.
It's the same like last week. If Ryan remembers, Tom was first, and he wanted to say like, yeah, I'm probably retarded all the time. I'm like racing in there. He just outbroke himself, and then he just blamed it on me.
Just
That he
snap.
didn't finish first.
I had no control over that snap. Really, I wanted to scream to Michelle because we both had the same skin today, and I wanted to scream, "We're gonna be first and second," and then that completely just stuck me off the track. Luckily for Michelle, unlucky for Michelle, Dennis was very wide today, so I could catch back up.
Yeah, Dennis, give us some interesting.
Great starts as well today.
You did. You had a lightning start in the first race, managed to get yourself past Max at 7, and then in the second race, I mean, we kind of missed you in amongst the pack. We were kind of focusing at the front, but you managed to get yourself from like last to 5th in one lap. It was crazy.
Yeah, I got some hits on the sides. I don't know who it was. I'll have to go and check. And I think me and Max also bumped at one stage. So the second half of the second race was a bit edgy all the time because the car was not straight. But yeah, you tried to work with what you got.
Well, yeah, and you'll be happy to hear that Max 67 did have to disconnect because he had a serious incident on the start-finish straight, him and Little Skittle, and El Rippo, I think it was. So, yeah, it was like a massive incident, and Max, I think, decided that there was too much damage for him to carry on. So, no points for Max in the second race, and that's going to close the gap up at the top. So, do you think the comeback is still on?
El Rippo?
I think it was...
El Rippo and Little Skittle. How much do I owe you guys? Just let me know in my DMs, please.
Crashgate.
No, Little Skill actually wanted to he wanted to vote you out for like the whole entire race.
But actually, Max was smart by disconnecting. I'll tell you later why.
Well, yeah.
He didn't have to endure the pain.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's going to be the first round in this entire championship that Max scores 0 points in a race. So, you reckon the comeback's still on, Ryan?
Oh yeah, you can count on that. We have another finale once again. I hope it goes well.
Yeah. You got 2 more race or 3 more race weekends after this, right?
No,
2 more race
is it
weekends.
not next week is it not next week the finale?
No.
I'm trying to.
Oh.
No, it is. No, hold on. So this is race 23. This is race 23 and 24. Next week is the finale.
Yeah.
Goodness me, we're losing track of time here.
We are dumb.
We are losing track of time here.
That's why I was busting Keith for having those options for the finale. And it's the 1-year anniversary as well, if I'm not mistaken.
It's the 1-year anniversary today. This is the 1-year
really?
anniversary, the 52nd. Yeah, man.
Wow, I wanted this.
So
cool.
Yeah, winner. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really mention it much, but there's not really much I've got prepared for it. So happy birthday, Track Titan Community Race Series. Whee!
Yeah, man.
Yay!
Where's the strippers?
Can't have you in the interview booth, honestly. Well, I mean, Ryan, you won both races today, so you managed to hog all the limelight tonight. So well done for that. And well, we'll see how it goes next week in the finale then, if that's the case.
Yep.
Hey, best of luck,
Thanks,
Ryan.
guys.
We'll catch up with you next week.
Have a nice evening, guys. Thanks.
There you go, Ryan Skywalker, winner of both races tonight, and well, what a pair of races they were. That was some crazy racing, wasn't it?
Definitely. One of the craziest races we had, if we don't count you know which race.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to them X5s.
I think this was one of the best races we've had from. I mean, I know there was a bit of crashing, but that's to be expected in racing, especially on Ryan Racing. And some of the racing standards here today were top notch. I think this was a really good Track Titan Community race. But well, like Ryan's reminded us there, we didn't even keep track of it. Next week, the finale of the championship season. Craziness, absolute craziness, and I'm not 100% sure which group was won.
If Ryan wins both of them, he has the championship.
No matter what?
Yeah,
Wow.
if Ryan wins both of the
Wow.
last races, he wins the championship. Just because he won the last race now, if he wins the next 2, and Max can be second, he wins the championship.
So currently, at the head of the field, there is a 36-point gap. Now, that's excluding drop rounds. I don't know if Ryan's got this. We want. Can he manage to catch up? 20. Let me count here. 50. It's 36 points. I think Ryan Skark is going to have to make. I think because Max Newt7 is going to have some dropped rounds as well, so he's going to lose that 1 point that he scored today. He's going to lose 4 points and 6 points that he scored at Alton and Mugello, and then the next lowest score for Max was a 10 at Knockhill. So, and Ryan has lost all of his drop points because he missed some races. So Ryan needs to win both races tomorrow. Next week, and Max Newt7 needs to essentially have an absolute stinker.
Well,
I think it's still on the cards for Ryan, but he's going to have to pray to a higher power.
Ryan definitely knows how to do the math, so for next week, before the race, we will definitely get something from Ryan or Keith as an information.
We're going to certainly have to run through the maths next week. It's going to be a mad one, I'm sure. But well, there you go. We'll see how that shapes up next week. We'll see how it shapes up through the week. If you want to hear more, I'm sure there'll be plenty of chat on the Discord, tracktitan.io/Discord if you want to join. But that's it from Brands Hatch today, and that's it from these beautiful Dallara F317s. We'll see what the Hot Lap Challenge is next week. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but from Brands Hatch, from myself, Adam Chapman, from Spitslam alongside me in the commentary booth, that concludes the penultimate round of the Track Titan Race Series Season 2, and we will see you next week. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, guys.